Too. There was a supposed ceasefire in place, so a lot of people are upset about the unprovoked act of terror on civilian population. I'm Jewish. I'm a practicing Jew. I don't stand for what the Israeli government is doing. I stand for Israeli people that stand for peace.
Fair use, fair use, fair use.
أنت يا غزة الآن أصبحت صاحبة القرار رغم الدماء ورغم الدمار، فأنت أهل العروبة والإسلام، فربنا يثبت أقدامكم، فنحن معكم في السراء والضراء، ولكن الحصار زادكم قوة ومنعة، وإنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون، فشهداءكم في الجنة وقتلاهم بإذن الله بالنار. Netanyahu, como se ve perdido en Israel, volvió a atacar a Gaza. Y a Gaza la tierra es de los palestinos. Nunca, los judíos jamás han tenido tierra y no la van a tener tampoco, hacia la fuerza. Y este señor Trump, con la plata de todo un mundo, está avalando una guerra que no debiera de ser, matando miles y miles de niños, más de 27.000 niños. Que estas situaciones de colonialismo, de imperialismo, nos puede llegar a nosotros en cualquier momento. Como se está comportando Trump, está haciendo una masacre, está matando mujeres, niños en Palestina, es un genocidio que sigue su marcha a vista y paciencia de todos. Gal Gadot represents Zionism and Hollywood and the industry that is riddled and dominated by Zionism. And
Fair use,
it's
fair
like the
use.
elephant in the room that nobody can talk about. If you want to make it in Hollywood, if you want to make it in US politics, if you want to not be fired from your job, if you want to not be censored, you have to keep your mouth shut on Israel and all of their crimes and depravity. And it's not just Israel, it's an extension of US imperialism and hegemony, and it needs to come to an end. And so that's why we're here today. There was a supposed ceasefire in place, so a lot of people are upset about the unprovoked act of terror on civilian population. I'm Jewish. I'm a practicing Jew. I don't stand for what the Israeli government is doing. I stand for Israeli people that stand for peace. And I think celebrating a Hollywood star at this time doesn't matter if they're Israeli or not. Any Hollywood celebration right now is out of pocket compared to the devastation to what's happening to our Palestinian brothers and sisters right now.
All right, first and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of GM, that's where I learned from. Shalom to the hopeful elect, preaching his word in truth, sincerity. To you ribs, to you sisters out there, learning silence and staying in order. I say to you all, Shalom. All right, man, as you already know, Trump okays, the bombing of, some of the last neighborhoods in Hamas. and because there's a citizen hostage over there, a, so-called Jewish hostage, all of a sudden, right, out of Jersey, and but if you think about it, Trump had just talked about that. A lot of ships from the U.S. have not crossed that river, the Jordan River, in over a couple years, and he wanted to, you know, put his nuts down, so to speak, and say, "Hey, man, we're gonna push our ships through there, and we're gonna get our commerce, right? So we're gonna have to take." And then, the small hats get in his ear and said, "All right, cool. In order to do that, you're gonna have to bomb all these places." You know what I'm saying? To fan these guys out. So, basically, they sacrifice a whole bunch of children and women just to prove a point, just to say, we're gonna put our ships through by any means. And Trump's ego is so high that he's willing to just kill children. Right? Ain't nobody talking about that though. Right? It's about his ties to the small hats, and small hats in his ear. Trying to accomplish a goal. He does have Trump does got ties with Russia, but those got severed. Right? Because the small hats got a louder voice in his ear. So on to the mission, right, that Yahweh Shemiah Shai put forth is you know the road to Armageddon, right, or the Lord's judgment. Prophecy as usual. When you heard about peace talks and ceasefires, and right before elections, the prophets knew that that was all smoke, and there is no peace. The U.S. still continues to push forward in Russia's borders. Right. The point of this video is to show you that Babylon and the small hats relationship, move forward as a unit, while the other nations that were at peace with her are slowly turning their back because of resources. Like this is the most divided world war, right, that has ever been seen, right, and that's prophecy. But at the end of the day, Esau, Edom, the sword of the Lord is accomplishing that which was fashioned for. But the same way he was ordained to cause terror and bring sword to the nations is the same way that the Lord is going to deal with him. He's going to go out the same way. The same way that he's coming down on people's children's, right? The Lord is going to take out his children's as well. This is Psalms 137 and verse 7. Remember, O Yahweh, the children of Edom, in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed. See that the Babylonians, the new Babylon, is tied to Edom, right? The ones who build in desolate places and call their places their own, name cities after their own names, right? Always building, always raising up governments, and basically like the Roman Empire would put an office in every country, right, and claim it as their own just because they got an office there. They're doing the same thing. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed. Happy shall he be that rewardeth thee, as thou hast served us. Right, the same way he deals with all the nations, all the gator baits they did to the Southern Kingdom, and all the postcards they did with the lynchings, and the Northern Kingdom getting their babies ripped out of their mother's stomach while being alive and forced to Christianity, so on and so forth. Right, they shall be rewarded the same. O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast rewarded us. Verse 9. Happy shall he be that taketh and dashes thy little ones against the stones. I bring this point up because how many children have they, um, killed, and they are their fathers, right? So the children that are being dashed against stones at the time when this will come to fruition in prophecy, the elect men will have new bodies, new minds, right? To be able to see that the child that they're holding in their hands, past lives, right? The crimes that that baby had committed in its past lives will then make it easy to dash that baby against stones. For example, if you see that John D. Rockefeller had passed away and he was reborn as a baby, and you know the spirit is wicked and all the crimes that this baby had committed in his past lives, you will take that baby and dash it as well, right? This is the spiritual discernment that the Lord is going to give his elect men, right? But not yet. This is Malachi chapter 1, verse 4, where Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus said the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever. And your eyes shall see, and ye shall say, the Lord will be magnified from the border of Israel. Verse 14, but cursed be the deceiver, right? Calling him the devil, which is Esau, Edom, right? Verse 3 says, and I hated Esau, and I laid his mountains and his heritage waits for the dragons of the wilderness, right? These are the people who he's calling the deceiver, which means Diablo, devil means deceiver. But cursed be the deceiver, which has in his flock a male and vowed and sacrificed unto the Lord a corrupt thing. For I am great king, said the Lord of hosts, and my name is dreadful among the heathen, right? Calling the cursed deceiver the heathen. This is Isaiah chapter 14, verse 21. Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquities of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. For I will rise up against them, said the Lord of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name and the remnant and the son and nephew, said the Lord. See, children are involved in his future um, cleansing, in a sense, right? By death and fire. By death and fire, the same way that they take over lands, they shall get the same. This is Isaiah 66:15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. Right? Esau will be cut off as a nation forever and ever after the mission is accomplished. This is Obadiah 1 and 18. In the house of Jacob shall be a fire, in the house of Joseph a flame, in the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord has spoken it. I pray this lesson was edifying. I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakaha Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS who I learned from. Shalom to the whole for elect, preaching his word and truth and sincerity. To you ribs, to you sisters out there learning silence and staying in order. I say to you all, Shalom.